All right, so today we're going to talk about my get home bag, what I have in it, the reason that I have this in it. Everybody's get home bag is going to be a little bit different, but these are the tools that I find the most common. This could be your car breaks down, your car could break down in the middle of nowhere, you got to get it fixed, just any number of things. And so everybody should have a get home bag because you can't always rely that somebody's going to be able to be there to pick up the phone and come and help you. So these are the tools I use, and I'll kind of explain why and how I would use each one of them. The first tool is a pair of fencing pliers. You would think, why would you use this? This thing is great for a lot of purposes. It will cut heavy gauge wire. You have pinchers that you can grab a hold of bolts. You have a hammerhead. You have a spike, and then you have an additional set of grippers. This right here is a very, very handy tool. It's something that you would find like at a Tractor Supply place. I carry a 6-inch pair of channel locks. Stanley makes decent tools. They're not the best, but for a get home bag, they work great. I have professional tools that I use and my everyday tools. This is just a bag that gets very little use. I have just a pair of pliers. I have a pair of needle nose with a pair of little wire cutters on them. These are really handy. They can get into places that you can't get into with a regular pair of pliers. And if you're broke down the side of the road, you're going to be and you need that. There's really no other way to get around it. I carry some some wire. This wire is, somebody hits you, you're in an accident, your car is drivable, but like let's say for an example, your bumper is hanging down or your tailpipe drops and is dragging the ground. With this wire, you can temporarily fix that until you get home to make your final repairs. I carry some 550 cord. It's the same thing. You never know when you're going to need that. You could have to tie something on your car. You've got it. It works really good on, again, tying things to your car. I carry some strong fishing line. This fishing line is, again, the same thing. It doesn't take up a lot of space in my bag, but it's something that is small that I can tie up or use to tie stuff up. Carry a trash bag. Trash bag comes in very handy. One, besides picking up trash, I've actually had situations where a tire went out or somebody had a tire go bad and I had to go out and replace the tire. It was raining real heavily. And because I had that bag, I was able to just put a hole through it for my head and my arms, and I wasn't getting my clothes soaking wet. You can also use it to lay down on. I have a bag here. It's just an inexpensive bag. It's got some places on the front to do your little clamps and stuff. Then I have a regular screwdriver here. A lot of times on cars and stuff, you need a screwdriver, and if you have a tip like this, it will not fit into some of those locations. I carry a small Phillips, again on cars, repairing different devices. Sometimes this shaft of this Phillips will not fit into that spot, so you have to have this size. So I carry that. Then I carry a good pair of Phillips because that's the #1 tool that you're going to use. Klein makes this great screwdriver here. You can adjust it to your length simply by pushing the top. Only thing I don't like about the Kleins is your tips can fall down into your deal here, where your Milwaukee does not do that. This little set right here, my wife bought me. And when I first seen that, I thought, it's a joke. It's not going to be very handy. I use this thing a lot. I repair a lot of gates with this. My guys have seen this little set of Huskies. They use them. It's a great little set. I've actually bought these for all of my kids. You got a 1/4 inch and a 3/8 ratchet. It's a stubby. A crescent wrench, numerous bits, and then your different sockets, metrics, and standards. Cigarette lighter is a must-have. I have a small flashlight or a light here. It is not charged, but when it is charged, it is very bright. Actually, this one takes batteries. I have a grease rag for checking your oil, you get done doing your work, your hands are dirty, you can get the oils and the greases off of that, and then I have a clean rag. I have some disinfectant wipes here so that if you're working on something, you get some little cuts, scratches, you're able to take care of it. Kleenex. I have a whistle. This has a compass on it and a temperature gauge, but the main reason that this comes in good is a whistle. If you need some help and somebody's a little bit away, you can blow that whistle and get them there. Then I carry just a small 4-foot by 6-foot tarp. This tarp comes in handy if you're, like, let's say you have a pickup and all of a sudden you've got some stuff in the back, it starts raining, you've got a tarp that you can throw on it. It also comes in handy so that in the example of the tire, you can take that tarp out, you can throw it on the ground, and you're not sitting on the ground in the dirt, in the mud, to make the repairs that you need. I already mentioned the trash bag. Then I carry different size batteries. I've got AA's, AAA's in here. That's mainly for stuff like my light. But it doesn't do you any good to have a light if you don't have any batteries. I just carry some Tylenol. I've got a blanket here in case it's cold and I need to get warm. I've got some tape. That tape can be used to, if some wires get cut and you wire them together, you can use the tape. You could tape a bumper back on in some cases. And then I carry just this little deal here that is cotton balls with Vaseline. Makes it very easy for a fire starter. Then I have my little first aid kit, which I just have some cotton balls. I have some antiseptics, some aspirins in here, some BC powder. I like the BC powder. I've got some different Band-Aids, some closure strips, which are very handy. And then on top of that, will all fit inside of this. This is one of those cans the little mint cans. Then on top of that, I carry super glue. The super glue can be used to glue something back on, but I have been out where I have accidentally cut myself, and I would not recommend this for anyone, but I will actually super glue my cuts up a lot of times instead of going to a hospital and getting surgery or stitches. It's just, if it's a small cut, I clean it real well, and then I'll super glue it. And then I also carry some antibiotic pain ointment here. You get a cut or you get a burn or a scratch or whatever it is. It helps to have a triple antibiotic. 1, to clean everything, but 2, to have the pain reliever on there really helps to reduce the pain so you're not hurting.